See, growing up, I was a big fan of 3 characters: Batman, Superman, and Spider-Man. Those are my 3 favorite superhero characters of like all time, all which had their respective games, and most of them were pretty good. I loved all the Spider-Man games, I loved the Batman Arkham series, and then it came to Superman. See, I played Superman Returns back in the day. It came out in 2006. I was like, what, 2 at the time? That's kind of crazy. And to my surprise, it wasn't really that bad, at least for 2006. It was actually pretty good. Why have we not got a modern Superman game? I mean, we've got a modern Batman, a modern Spider-Man, but we have yet to get a modern Superman. So of course, I went to one of my favorite websites, Reddit. That's a joke, by the way. I fucking hate Reddit. And basically, everyone says the exact same thing. Oh, Superman is just too OP. You can't make a game around that. That's bullshit. For instance, Superman Returns had a health bar for the city and how much damage it could take. Also, Superman had the exact same thing. He took damage and his health would go down, but his health bar refilled really quick, because he's Superman. That's probably one of the best systems that we've seen in a Superman game. But then again, we really haven't seen any good Superman games besides Superman Returns, which was okay. I mean, I personally enjoyed it. I know a lot of people didn't though. Like, I know the game looked awful. It was made in 2006. I don't expect it to look that good. I mean, it had some decent mechanics. The only other game that I played around that time was like the early Spider-Man 2 and 3. Those were kind of in the same tier for me. It's also harder to make a Superman game than, a Spider-Man game. And for instance, let's say a company kind of like Insomniac got on the scene and wanted to make a good superhero game, and they did make something like Superman Returns. I don't think that would be a horrible game. Like I said, the mechanics from the first game is really good. However, anything that was not Superman Returns was pretty awful. And I actually think they were joking with these, to be honest. Superman 64 was one of the worst games I've ever seen in my life. Like, it's really ass, like really bad. The game did lack a lot of things, such as anything that's somewhat interactive, pretty much everything that Superman Returns has. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It's one of the worst games I've ever played, so. And as for most of the other Superman games that came out in the 90s and 80s, they were pretty much all just arcade, have fun type of games with no storyline, no nothing, which is fine. I'm not really going to go in depth on it because, to be honest with you, there's like nothing to talk about. It's just an arcade style game. And Superman Returns was really the only one with an actual storyline and flying mechanics. Superman does not have to be the strongest character, and yeah, while in the movies he's pretty much invincible until he gets hit with like some kryptonite. Oh! He needs some milk! But honestly, I don't really see that being a bad problem. Superman, either way, is a very, very complex character. Yes, he may be almost invincible, but that doesn't mean there's no stakes for his character. In Batman vs. Superman, a lot of people said Batman's going to lose. I mean, Superman's invincible. And while yeah, you could probably take a guess on who would have won, that doesn't necessarily mean that Superman doesn't have a weakness. Obviously, we all know that kryptonite is his weakness, and Batman utilized it very well. Superman, even though he is very powerful, he's a very moral character, and he treats everyone as if they're helpless and he wants to save them. All you have to do is make the people in the game, the people he has to save, in grave danger. But Nick, he's invincible. Threaten him with kryptonite. I don't care. I need a modern game. I'm tired of this. I can get on Spider-Man 2 and use the wings and fly like I'm Superman either way. It's bullshit. We need a Superman game. So far, there has been 6 Superman games, 2 of them coming out within 2000 to 2006. And honestly, that is just not enough. Now, with the upcoming Superman project by DC, we might get a Superman game eventually, especially when the character is treated fairly and well on the big screens. But to be honest with you, I just don't see it. I mean, I want it, obviously, but I just don't see it anymore. The way I look at it is, if we're going to have a Wolverine game, why can we not have a Superman game? As far as I know, Wolverine can only die by like Magneto, pretty much, if we're being realistic, unless you like cut its head off. That could happen too. So now, as a modern representation, I could say that Superman Returns is a good game, and to be honest, it is. Like, it's actually a good game. I'm not joking. Yes, like I said, it was made in 2006. It doesn't have the best graphics. It utilizes key components of Superman. As someone who didn't watch the early Superman movies, this made a very accurate representation from him in Superman Returns. It does suck that you pretty much can't find this game anywhere, but I do remember playing this game on my Xbox 360 back in the day, and it was fun. It was genuinely a fun game. And of course, the game is based on the movie, and while I think the game is good, I also like the movie.
Come on, let me hear you say it just once.
You're insane.
I'm gonna get so much hate for this video. Oh my god. Like I said, Superman needs a modern game, and if you're not gonna give it to me, I guess I'll do it myself. That's kind of a joke. I don't know game design, so